Before the lav mic goes on, just thought we'd do a quick intro to say that we're trading this in for cash. And we'll obviously have a little whip around in Retro Vault Warsaw. It's certainly not going to be like a full episode in there because we were in there a couple of months ago. But I will say these guys turn over stock like there's no tomorrow. So I think what I should be showing you, or at least what I am interested in here, is to look at the rarer stuff and the more expensive stuff, the really cool, quirky bits that they've been getting in, because boy, have they been smashing it out the park. Well done to Jen and Adam on a phenomenal shop, and I hope to see you guys continue to grow and get new premises. I know that's what you kind of we always talk about that when we kind of see one another. It really is a great place, and of course I will link them in the description. And then later Jess and I are going out for afternoon tea because it was her birthday yesterday, so I might ask her if I can have a cheeky quick whip around CX. hopefully like after afternoon tea, hopefully that will be in this episode. She's gonna hate me, but please let's wish Jess a happy birthday in the comment section before we dive in to Retro Vault Warsaw. 3, 2, 1, go. That's all right, guys. Retro Vault Warsaw, just saying to the guys how much more stock is in here. It is incredible, absolutely incredible. But our trade deal is done, so we're going to have a little look around. Check this out as well. This is cool. Check this. The old dinner trays. What? And this is nice as well. This is pretty gnarly. I think there's a set of 6 of them in total. Pretty nice. Pretty cool bits thus far in. I highly recommend you guys go and check out Retro Vault in Warsaw. These guys haven't been around that long and they've just grown so much. Really happy to see this continue to grow. Again, follow them, linked in the description. And if you do go, I want to know what you guys pick up because it's awesome. There's another one here as well. I don't know if there's any more in, but you've got another one there. Really good condition as well. Like I said, I think there's a set of 6. Some wicked stuff. Oh, look at that. The red Game Boy Advance SP. You don't really see them box. The SP boxes tend to be like a cube format. This one, you'll see it on B-roll. How nice is this? So yes, a Game Boy Advance SP variant you don't normally see. I actually love seeing different box kind of designs, and let's face it, when you're retro game collecting, it's all in the box and the manual. You know, you can buy a cart of, I don't know, say something like Earthbound, for example, ridiculously expensive, and it is a fraction of the price compared to buying it CIB. I mean, we pay crazy money for cardboard and manual. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind the odd repro cardboard box and manual, but let's face it, original is better. Guys, I've just clocked this awesome amiibo. Now, I use my amiibos to mount on the walls. I've never actually used an amiibo for all intents and purposes, but that is really cool. I just like the fact that it's gold and it's in really nice condition. The gold amiibo edition you can see right there. That's wicked. Heading over to the PSP section, I will be selling off the bulk of my PSP collection, as well as some consoles. I'm only going to collect for PSP for what I actually play. I'm keeping my Turtles games. I've got some really nice high-end Castlevania stuff. I've got a pink and yellow console that I'll be keeping, but everything else is going to be sold. So keep saying it. If you want to buy some of my stuff, come on over to the Kebs24 Facebook and or Discord, links below. Now that is a really nice set and I own it. This one is in much better condition, but it's already sold. And how nice it looks next to that beaut. So we've got this beautiful calculator here. We want to know from the Team 24 viewers, how cool is that? Does it work?
Yeah, of course it does.
Spell boobless.
No, wait.
Remember that at school?
Wait, I remember the calculation to it.
Go on.
You've got to say the story while you're doing it.
What is it? Yes! Swear to God, we're not in our 30s and 40s, honestly.
Absolutely not. But it's for an overhead projector.
Is it?
Yeah, so it just sits on your overhead projector. That's why it's all see-through, so you can just like see calculations.
I love that. There's actually quite a few calculator collectors knocking about.
I used to collect old Casio calculators.
I bet it's worth a few sheets and a few quid.
I don't know. It's just a curio.
I'd keep it. I'd keep it.
I give him a 5.
Hey! Come and get it in
No,
Retrobot
no.
Warsaw, guys.
No, I looked them up, and as cool as they are, they're not worth.
All right.
It's cool.
It's wicked.
You frame it next to him, innit? Just in a little frame.
In a light box.
In a light box, so you can see it. Brilliant.
The Pokemon selection is looking nice here, guys. This is new. This wasn't here last time, not to my knowledge. Is this new? Is this cabinet new? Of course, newish. It's looking nice with the old Pokemon stuff then. Really good. Have you got more? Did you say you've got a Pokemon 3DS coming in?
No, the Zelda 3DS.
Zelda 3DS, which is the goal. Is it? You've already got one in unbox, haven't you?
Yeah, somewhere.
Let's have a scan for that. Is it there?
Yeah, it's this one. It's one, isn't it?
Oh, there we go, right in front of my face. Yeah, they are really, really
There's
nice.
2 Zelda ones, isn't there? There's that one and then another 3DS that's a different version. Not all.
It's lush, but you're getting a box one in.
Box one, yeah.
Lovely. Clocked the really nice kind of cranberry N64 down here as well. Next to the orange one. Now I need the silver one. Got them all boxed, set for the silver one, which is the hardest one to collect for apparently. The hardest one to collect for.
I say wait. I watched.
Look at the old price tag on this, $79.99 for the Mario Kart GameCube. Wow. So we've got the game.
3D print stuff. It's like
Oh,
3D
the
printed
3D.
perfect stuff.
Oh wow, yes.
Double-sided.
Oh, you got some space here, look. You got some space there. Yeah, it doesn't look as good as the 3D printed bits. It does look really nice. Really, really nice. Yeah, that is new. You did mention that last time as well, which is cool. It's looking good. All these boxes are in beautiful condition as well.
Yeah, they're all right.
My God.
You're too enthusiastic about them. I'm like,
Yeah. Don't undersell. Look how nice they are. Even down here. Box protectors and all. Yes. You've got that Turtles Game Boy. We've clocked a Turtles big hitter there, guys. Radical Rescue, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. And then we got some Fall of the Foot Clan. There's actually 2 copies of that if you want a copy. But yeah, really gorgeous. Oh, I love that pink Game Boy Pocket as well. As you guys know, I'm also looking for Desert Strike and Jungle Strike on the Super Nintendo boxed. And if you saw Monday's episode, you'd have seen we'd reorganised the Super Nintendo collection. It is looking fresh. Proper fresh. Oh, they've even got the NES stuff on the 3D printed mounts. That is mint, and I remember that as well. Imagine just using that now for the gaming markets instead of my Vans bag. Nice big hitter there, guys. A bit of Radical Rex in. Great box art. Pink and yellow on the skateboard as well. It's mint. So we've got some Madden games here, guys. Actually, these have spiked in price massively, which is actually great to see. Like NHL as well as Madden. So, esports titles in. Phantasy Star 2. Nice little title. Some of the most iconic box art as well, which is cool. Oh wow, yeah man, check it out. I have this on the Super Nintendo. Izzy's The Quest for Olympic Rings. Oh, that's wicked to see on the Sega Mega Drive. Nice. I actually have an official hand-drawn cell from the game as well that Ibrahim gave me in this episode here. I didn't actually know they did it on the Sega Mega Drive. That's awesome. Clocked Splatterhouse 2. Now, I said in the Nottingham Gaming episode that whenever I find this, whenever I go in any shop, it never has a manual. I cannot find Splatterhouse 2 on the Sega Mega Drive with a manual. Great game though, but no manual. One of the rarest versions of Tetris you will ever see, and that, guys, is because this is soap. Can wash your nether regions with some Tetris blocks. Well, that's probably the tune. Savage. Look at that, the old rental sleeve there. Classic game as well. It's in good condition. Really good condition. I love that. Okay, That was awesome. I'll show you what I picked up now. I did some trades as well for store credit, and I don't own a boxed copy of Bust the Bunny Bust Loose. This is CIB, so I'm going to be selling my unboxed copy. This is in great condition. I have some amazing memories of playing this classic game from back in the day. It is awesome, and it's in really nice condition. I've got the box protector already on. If you saw Monday's episode, you saw me absolutely rifle through my Super Nintendo collection. It looks amazing for what I've done in there now. And I did say that I do need to buy some more box protectors, so I'll be doing that this week. Hopefully getting them delivered and making everything just look even better than it already does. And then I don't own this. This is the PS2 controller. I think in total I only spent £13 based on my trades. I took like extra stuff, just some random loose N64 games and Twilight Princess Wii GameCube guide. So I thought this was really nice, and I do think that the remotes for the PlayStation consoles are quite obscure. Now with the PlayStation 2 TV that I've got, it's a pricey piece of kit. But if you've got the remote, and obviously this is not it, if you've got the remote for it, which I have, it really does bump up that value. So this was my kind of thinking with this. Obviously I have lots of PS2s. How nice is the packaging though? With manual, it just looks gorgeous. But I'm going to set off now because we're going out for afternoon tea and hopefully a little trip to CEX with you guys. Because this episode ain't done. It's probably just getting started, to be fair. I need a few seconds of your time to tell you about channel memberships. If you guys want to become a channel member, click join from the main page or the second link in the description. There are 3 tiers, all with different perks for you if you want to become a team member. Thanks for your time. Let's continue with the video. Okay, heading over to Chesterfield CEX, quick whip in here, didn't have the lav mic. Nice to see this, some Hyperstone Heist locked in at CIB at 145. I actually don't own Hyperstone Heist, it's one that I will probably pick up down the line as a huge Turtles girl, of course, and a huge lover of the 16-bit era. I think it's got to be one of those staple collections. I just wasn't really in the mood to pick it up, but what I want to know from you is, do you think 145 is a good price? I thought it was pretty darn okay. So in this retro cabinet, some nice bits here. You see Game Boy Golf there, the Mario Golf, 20 quid, not bad at all. And then some big hitters on the back. Castlevania, of course, is one of those IPs within the retro gaming community that holds its value no matter what console it's on. So is there a particular Castlevania that you guys would recommend? Or is there a particular recommendation that you would kind of say to avoid? Anyway, got some nice steelbooks here. There's been a lot of steelbook talk over on my Discord. I picked up the Street Fighter 6 steelbook in a recent episode. It was really cool, and the lenticular cases, the holographic stuff here on the box art. Again, really nice for collectors. I was kind of contemplating here, do I own Sonic Mania? I actually think I do, but it's on digital only, so it wasn't really worth kind of picking it up, because the way I'm tweaking the collection at the minute is I am not wanting to pick up anything that I already own on digital just for the sake of having it physical. Now the PS5 selections have grown considerably. Picked up Quiet Place here. I'm a huge horror girl, but I've never heard of this, so if there's anything you actually see in this video that you recommend, please drop us a timestamp. Now later in this episode you'll see something that I was pretty shocked at, actually. There were 3 copies of it. It's only 12 quid and it's a game I've never heard of, but it's the kind of game that I absolutely love, and when we get back to the Lady Loft we'll talk about it in a little bit more depth. Actually was so glad in here that it wasn't very busy. It's usually jam-packed in here. This is one of the bigger CEXs. Again, it's really nice here to see just this, check out this random kind of steelbook and little art book for Company of Heroes 3. Never heard of it, probably wouldn't play it, definitely not in the mood to pick anything like this up. So PS4 stuff, obviously we've got PS5 next to it, kind of heading down to the Xbox stuff. Xbox One I tend to pass up. Not a huge Xbox One collector, it's probably one of the smallest parts of my collection. 360, always in for kind of like scoping around with your big hitters. I actually changed my mind on Bullet Witch as well. I know that was one of the games I was wanting to pick up, and a lot of you guys were like, Gemma, don't bother, it's awful. And for a price of like 42 quid, we'll check out them Spider-Man, woohoo, 15 quid each. For Bullet Witch being around the kind of 40-45 quid mark, it's just not worth it for a game that I'm probably not going to get that much enjoyment out of, to be honest. So heading back down, this is the game that quite surprised me, the Karate Kid. It looks wicked. Now it looks like a nice 16-bit pixel side-scrolling kind of game, 12 quid, and I was surprised to see 3 copies. With games that are quite obscure like this, you tend not to see them in droves. It might just be the odd one, and I thought I'd just kind of look through here because I was looking for the one that was best quality, so I actually picked up the one that was second in the 3 there. Final Whip on the PS3, PS2 stuff. Some really nice stuff. Got your Dragon Ball Z bits and bobs in here. Again, nothing really wanting on the PS2 list, but this caught my eye because I've never actually heard of it. This is a game that was quite pricey, 25 to life. If you've played it, let me know. It's 15 quid as you can see, so not too bad, but I didn't really want to take a punt on it, and it's weird because I can never really get a signaler to check gameplay. I don't know if that's on purpose, but let me know if it's any good. Well, this is a first, and I'll tell you why. Because I have no makeup on. Not many female content creators will come on YouTube with no makeup on. But it's a lazy day, and it's Easter Sunday as I film this, so I just thought, you know what? I don't care. So, a few bits to kind of talk about then. First of all, there's going to be some exclusive behind the scenes for the channel members in the bacon and eggs tier and above. We've got something very special being filmed next week, and obviously you'll see him in the coming weeks. It's going to be a 3-part series. We're leaving the country, that's all I'm going to say. I'm going on my own. Jess is here with the dog, which is great, and it's going to be awesome. So that's all I'm going to say on that matter. Anyway, we're back. CX, pretty gnarly, didn't have the lav mic, so just kind of went in blind, and I never knew this existed. This looks like a really cool kind of 16-bit pixel beat them up, very much in the vein of Streets of Rage or your Final Fights, or kind of more recently, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Absolutely mint. This looks brilliant. It only cost 12 quid, and weirdly, in the Chesterfield CX, there were 3 copies of it. So I thought that was a really nice surprise, and I really love finding games like this that are just literally kind of out of the blue. They just literally kind of pop out, and I'm like, whoa, where did you come from? Karate Kid, very familiar with that. Used to watch it growing up all the time. And then check the gameplay, I was like, bro, for 12 quid, I am gripping this. So really nice. Let me know if you've played it actually, please let me know. And if there's any other games like this you can recommend, anything along the lines of the indie stuff, pixel stuff, please drop a comment below and let me know. Now, obviously, we went to Retrovault and I traded in 2 Xbox 360s. You did see it if you didn't skip it. I put a picture on of the PlayStation 1 screen, things that I just no longer care for. And I said to them, you know, I'm thinking about kind of shipping out the bulk of my PSP collection, because I'm at that point where there's parts of the collection that I just do not care for, and I'm like, it's time to let it go and recycle it back into things that I'm really enjoying, such as my Super Nintendo stuff, such as random bits like this. Obviously, with another Super Nintendo game we acquired recently, this one was from the Nottingham Gaming Market, which needs to go downstairs. But I'm kind of at that point where we are thinning things out, and if you've been following the show for quite some time, we've got rid of the Jag collection. There's loads of stuff that we have got rid of. So I will be sifting through my handheld units and a lot of games to be selling. So if you want to buy the stuff, you must come over to either the Facebook or the Discord. Mainly the Discord, linked below if you're interested in some PSP stuff, consoles. There are some I'm keeping my Simpsons console, the pink one, and I think that's it really. I'm going to get rid of all my other PSP consoles and a bulk of games and just keep the PSP games that I'm interested in. So that's my kind of logic on how I'm going to be collecting PSP moving forward. I'm not so much as a handheld girl, although I do love my Switches. But the stuff like that, you know, obviously the Game Boy's a staple, isn't it? You know, the SPs and all that good fun stuff, but the PSP, not so much. So that's kind of where I'm at on that front. And of course, what do I do with the remainder of the stuff if I get doubles such as this? You saw me show you this in the cart. In fact, let's take a look at this. So I mentioned that I have cart only of this. So I will be selling that. So that's really, really nice to be able to do. And I have an actual plethora of Super Nintendo games that are unboxed. So I'm either going to look for the box and the manual online or just replace them like this. We've got them, oh, we've even got the warranty card in here, and the manual does look really crisp and fresh as well. Wait. No, it doesn't smell like the 90s, but it does give me that really nice 90s feel. I loved this. I remember renting this again. This was another rental from Blockbuster for me. Part of the silver Konami releases with the grey, you know, the grey kind of borders around the boxes. So really, really happy with that. And again, if you want to buy any doubles, again, you need to be following me online. You need to be there, ready to go, because I said in Monday's episode, every time I sell stuff, people come back to me and go, is it still for sale? Like, no, you missed your opportunity when I posted it months ago. So make sure you give us a follow. And of course, make sure you snag yourself some Gebs24 merch from the Retro Game Collection. Now we of course have an amazing community here, and we are going to show you some awesome pictures of your retro game collections and maybe some of your current gen stuff as well. I did put a post out on the Discord. You guys are featured in many episodes where you've done little mini tours of your game rooms. Today we're going to be featuring some pictures of your collections. So again, if you want to feature in that, come to the Discord and show us what you got.